Okay, hello viewers. Starting a session here will be kinda short one, so I thought to record it. I will also do a bit of a warm-up here, as I usually have done recently. For every session, basically. Almost, not every, but most of the sessions. Button open racing, so what ranges are wide. I would say this is like the toughest positions to train because, well, again, because the ranges are so wide, so let's not open even double. Yeah, like if we get like these really close ones, it's kind of fine. Kind of fine. Also break even. I think this is probably fold like kinda crappy checks, but extremely close one. Ace 10 7 deuce triple. Okay, still good enough. I did visit dentist today, so hopefully it's not affecting. I don't think it affects anymore. Into my speaking. Okay, let's start some tables and see what sort of action are we getting. So PLO 50, PLO 100 is the name of the game. Seems like we get tables open right away. Top right. I think we just call. This is like kind of disconnected the tree, but flop the second nuts with straight flush draw. We do block the third nuts, so now we have the set as well. Block the queen 9-3. I think I will half pot here and, well, basically pot, I suppose, most of the reverse. Bottom right, limped pot. Suppose we check. Check to check call. Top left probably have the call in position. A high suit, not ideal hand, but flop is kinda okay. It's not awesome, but one of the best ones. We can basically get this guy to spots again, and we only have basically two kind of weak two pairs, so I will just fold, and I think top left ace king 10. Probably want to just raise this. It was also kind of weird sizing, to be honest, on this kind of board. He went like 1/3 or something. Is king 6 deuce? Let's just check. Top right, very nice hand, but no action. Bottom right, these guys are really piling it in. I don't know why. Oh, he tried to represent straight here or something. I suppose. Let's check this one. Let's check this one. 3-bet ace queen jack 7. I think you want to just fold on that point facing 4-bet at least if you decide to 3-bet. I mean, I'm not totally sure being deep stacked, but the connectivity is definitely issue, and you are very, very often against aces at that point. Like, yeah, here for example, I mean, sure, you flopped it top pair backdoor, but you are probably against those aces a lot, so unless this guy was just complete bananas opponent. And I mean, ace queen, what was it exactly? Ace queen jack 7 double. I mean, I could definitely see just calling that as well, out of position deep stacked with the 7 dangler. I suppose it's kind of reasonable to 3-bet as well. Top right, this is not that great of a flop necessarily for our range. I think check calling might make the best sense. Check raising is probably too much without cutsot or something extra. Very bad turn card. Very bad turn card. Didn't really like that we face both size bets, but I don't think we can fold like overpair with plus draw and 5 with it. On the turn, so we don't block the straight, and we still only have the overpair with mediocre flush draw, so. But yeah, that's kind of a flop where I would also check some very strong hands. You probably check raising good amount of time, but the right decent starting hand on the cutoff. Then 8. I mean king 10, 8, 8. Not sure actually about this hand. Do we want to defend like king high suit? I think it's would be kind of mandatory, but with the 10 high suit, it's even fine to fold. Bottom left, I think we will ISO raise this limper guy. Flop is kinda okay. Don't think we are often facing like not flush draw with the king once he check calls at least. Right flush draw, but nothing else, and obviously very, very weak flush draw, so we are just folding right away. This chess engine guy seems to be quite aggressive sorts from the small sample. But can't really say much though. Without some showdowns. Just folding bottom right with the 7 dangler and EP. think standard. This would have been really dirty speed situation to be in postal twice. The second notch. Couple aces. I think here we can just fold low shoot, triple shoot. Rainbow aces, but double bear is basically always 3-betting. Kinda dirty flops. Not sure if we want to. Not sure if we want to bet. Don't have backdoor flush draw either. I think I just check here. Might be that this guy is now blasting, but yeah, 5 is not great either. Well, 4-4-4 bottom right, and we unblock all like king, queen, jack, so I think we will start betting here and basically aim for stack off. If he has, at least, I mean, if the turn comes king and so on, we might change our plan, but yeah, we had blockers top left, but problem with blockers in 3-bet pots is that, like, if we triple barrel here, I like bet opponent calls, he can still have a lot of stuff that is unlikely to give up 3-bet pot, so. And we didn't have the backdoor flush draw either, so I don't know. Didn't love it. Top right, I mean, I don't even know if I want to call here. It's such nasty hands to be in 4-way pot overall. I mean, I don't know. It's just fold. Let's just fold. Set overset situations are not super uncommon in this game, and especially when we are like 4-way. And the other problem with my hand is that if I do hit the set, I basically have no support with it. Play Mario squeezing, he has lost some, but okay, this one. So he's queen 10-4, definitely. He 3-bet that, yeah. That is totally unnecessary play. And he's just piling here with double flush draw board with ace-10, queen blocker, so. Yep, kinda crazy guy, I suppose. And here we go again. Checks, keep a high flop. And blasts off. Man, this guy's lucky. Cracks the aces. with 12% flop equity. Yeah. Of course, you can hope he doesn't have aces, but in general, when people 4-bet, they just tend to have those extremely often. This guy is saying he has king, king, king 10, basically. Calls pre-flop, check raises, flop big, I suppose. Bet small turn and shoves the river. Well, he doesn't have either of those, but quads instead. Top left, 9 blocker, cut shot. And probably find the bet not blocking, so the overpairs that much. I suppose we could barrel this one, blocking the straight, not having much showdown value. I'm just calling bottom right. And he keeps calling, so I suppose we give up here. I suppose we give up here. Oh my god. 10, 10, 7, 4. Quite a calling, I would say. Not blocking the boat at all, which is like the main portion of my overall my value range. Bottom left. Don't block the straight. Not sure. Goes checked on the flop. I think we could maybe bet small here. Also to protect against some stuff. Was definitely expecting a bit stronger hand from the opponent top left. Some calls not ideal with ace king 5-4. Well, we basically flop nothing. I mean, even the gutshot is kind of, do we even want to hit it kind of stuff, because then the 10-9 is here as well. We will be taking free cards happily if possible. Bottom left, top 2. I think we start betting. He checks. Can we hit something top right? We actually do make this not straight. A lot of checking. Not sure if we can value, but so freeway. We don't have spade. I think I'm just checking here. In heads up what I would value, but just check three-way. And this guy now leads. We do have the 10 blocker as well. Top 2 flush draw can't really fold, I suppose. Now 9. Toss coming in. We could potentially turn the hand into bluff as well. This line is kind of a weird for... Looks like a straight to me a lot. We only have 9-8, so I think we will turn 2 pairs into bluff here. Not sure about that play, but feels reasonable. Not ideal run out. We get free showdown, so King 9-7-3 double. Not so sure about that defend pre-flop. Double suited, but extremely disconnected. Disconnectivity is quite a big issue in general. Top left, I will be just checking back here. You do have double gutshot, but don't really want to get raised here, and we want to have some of these. That's kind of stupid turn card, and we're not folding, obviously. That's also, I don't know, kind of weird sizing. Kind of weird sizing if you choose to bet. Might be just overpair, which we don't block, so kinging. If he's value betting, might be just a queen, but I think we just check the showdown. I don't think we get better to fold anyway. It was semi-bluff. And bottom right, will embed checks the turn. I mean, I think we just check here, hope the top pair, top kicker is enough. It's not though. Bottom left could also 3-bet this kind of hand. Yeah. Of course, people will start cold calling. Okay. We are out of that one. I suppose the timing wasn't great. And this guy should almost never be folding if he has somewhat reasonable cold calling range. Basically, but yeah. It's like extremely tight range that makes actually sense to be cold calling in the first place. But of course, you will in general see way more cold calling the 3-bets than there should be. It's one of the leagues people tend to have. Also, it's actually quite often the case that if your hand is good enough to cold call, it might be even better to cold 4-bet. Basically. Well, we flop big here. Villain has been c-betting quite frequently, so let's hope he does this time as well. He goes big. I think we just bought here. We have higher straight draw, diamond blocker, backdoor flush draw, so that is kind of reasonable to me. Of course, of course. Diamond on the turn. Snap checks back. We do have diamond blocker, so he could turn. He might be ending up calling here, to be honest. He probably wouldn't check back nut flush. He might have a queen high flush, maybe some smaller, but it's kind of a board fear. Like sets and two pairs are kind of low value at this point, so my fucking god. This guy is total whale. Total fucking whale. Unfortunately, we lose though. He bet calls almost pot size, calls the pot size raise and has the goddamn middle pair, low open ender and weak flush draw. Yep. I think we will just check raise here and let's see. I had to have that file. I might not have raised it in the first place if I didn't have the diamond blocker, but that sucks. That sucks. Oh, we turned the nuts here, and this is pretty ugly board for us, so I'm actually going to check here and hope he bets. A lot of our even two pair are not exactly happy, but he checks back, unfortunately. Okay. Unfortunately, no betting. Thinking for deuce three-way, I suppose we will check. I mean, the nuts are, well, actually not nuts, they're nuts, but kinda nuts. We could actually raise here, we unblock a lot of stuff. Can't improve bottom right. It's getting accents up right. Crappy flush. Oh well. Suppose we call here with this guy calling as well. Not the ideal hand, so. And we don't hit. Against the sword stack, I suppose we will 3-bet here. We can still stack off in quite a lot of flops, considering the SPR. Well, this is pretty decent flop. He finds the last ace of the deck. Let's go half pot. Double suited aces. Well, no 3-betting, I guess, and flop is garbage. This guy probably bets. Not this time. I mean, turn is kinda good, I guess. Place a bet. Just that there is like top pair, kings and queens that this guy might also value bet. And on this river we are not folding at least. I think we could just pot and kinda hope he doesn't raise because he probably has quads or jacks at that point. But we do also unblock kings and queens, so feels reasonable. And he goes with fives. Well, that works out as well. This hand is not really that great, I would say. Yeah, I think I will play like maybe 15 minutes or something more. We are somewhat down currently with that top right pot, I suppose, but not much, not much. I think my call was reasonable, but the question is, does people actually bluff in that spot with the two pairs or sets? I mean, obviously, those hands are pretty low value at this point with all the straight and flush possibilities out here and us check raising, kinda repping the 10-8 for value. But still, it doesn't mean that opponent is, oh, I would have hit bottom left, not sure. It's just pretty rare that we hit something like this with this kind of hand. Three pair top right. Okay, suppose we are all in. $86% equity. Come on. Oh man. Oh man. Can you be? Oh man. That was super unlucky. Well, at least he didn't run backdoor flush, but Jesus, we were in such a... Then he hits the two kings to split spot. Oh well, that was nasty. Uber duper nasty. Yeah, that hand should definitely never be check raising, I would say, but yeah, especially on queen jack. Like, I can understand check raising that kind of hand if the flop is like queen 5 deuce or something, but with the queen jack there is quite a high possibility of top 2 pair, top pair with wrap and stuff like that, which are basically still going to crush the top and bottom pair. Ace queen jack 4. We didn't get the 4-bet chance. I mean, 3-bet chance would be hard to 4-bet with one player acting. I mean, we might get 4-bet chance here, though, but I don't think this hand wants to. Well, it might even be a 4-bet, to be honest. I think this flop we will just check back top and bottom rainbow. No diamond for us, so if they check again, then I will start betting for value. There is some chance that we are behind, but I think usually, I mean, they might check raise, that would be kind of ugly, but usually we are hedged here once we get another round of checks. Like if the turn was a rainbow, I wouldn't mind necessarily just checking back again, but I think there is too much value to bet at that point. Bottom left, I think we are just going to rebet still. Aces are crappy, but blind versus blind. In position, I think we are mainly 3-betting. Even a bit deeper stacked. And because of the stack depth, I think I will just use the 3/4 sizing here. Like in normal. But, okay, we will kinda commit here. I mean, we can still fold some reverse, but especially diamond if he calls and that comes, but let's see. Don't really mind to get the fold either. Top right, I mean, probably don't want to bluff with the top pair like this, I would imagine. We have the straight, so we are not going anywhere. On the flop, on the turn at least, no point to raise, though, in my opinion. I don't think he has king queen that often, but we have quite a bit behind. And once he checks, we definitely want to bet. Would he actually check like aces here? Can we get him to call pot size bet if we have? Probably just going to be a pot size bet here now. And let him decide if he wants to hero. Nice, 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 nice. He had actually quite a reasonable holding as well. I suppose like both of these guys are super nice customers. Just bit nasty hand in a way. And this is a bit of a nasty flop in a way. Top set hitting, really dry flop. I think I will use half, but I don't really want to give free card with this, like no backdoor flush draw type of hand for two opponents. And pot size bet and a call. Oh man. This is maybe a kind of hand that we could just pile in and hope we are not screwed. King 5-3, it's kind of tough to have. King 5, I suppose. Not sure about this, but one down, two down. We are actually probably happiest with this outcome, to be honest. Top right, not still, not anymore. Now we hope he checks back. We do block the nuts, but I don't think he's value betting straight, I would imagine, but he might, because we have some lower fuzzies. We could potentially bluff raise here, having this. Oh man, weird spot to be in. I don't really like calling, to be honest. It's really hard to have bluffs here, I would say, so yeah. Well, He also don't block straight. Let's hope he folds. I mean, this should look very, very, very credible. I have probably never bluffed in this kind of spot before. Like, literally never. Because it's so hard to have, like, basically hands that doesn't have reasonable showdown. We obviously had reasonable showdown, but on the other hand, we also lose against any value hand, so the reasonable showdown can be also relative. I think I will leave all the tables. I will go to watch the just folding here against pot size bet. Going to go to watch for the Olympic stuff. There is some Finnish pole vaulting women's in action. Well, I don't think we have very high chance to get medals, but I mean, maybe if they happen to get into peak performance mode, so to say. Definitely interesting spot, that top right one. Also the bottom right one with the 2 pair, and we did have 2 backdoor flush draws. That's definitely quite a nice thing anyway. And what happens here? We will just check fold, bottom left. Very crappy flop for our EP range. I mean, it's not that great, I suppose, to anyone else necessarily either, but check call. Oh man, this guy's just always blasting. Like, do I want to even call against this sizing? 10 is not that great. Ace is like okay. Ace is obviously great, but I was planning to check call, but then he goes like, let's spot in position. Let's hope you had top set or something. I mean, maybe we folded best hand, but it's just so expensive to call that kind of hand, in my opinion. We could actually go for the bet here, I think. Check 10, check 9, 9, 10, kind of nice blockers, 1 spade as well. We are hoping for folds, so nice. That was the last hand. So in the end, some profit. I can't remember what was the starting point, but definitely a couple interesting spots to also look later on. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye for now.